What's up, guys? Welcome to the Top 10 Community Challenge. Last week, we did a top 5 where I took a list provided to me by a member of the community, listed 10 games, narrowed it down to a top 5. This week, because so many of you have submitted your list of 10s to me, I've taken 2 of them, so we got 20 games, and we're going to narrow it down to a top 10 this week, okay? Quick shout out to Will, aka Dubzilla, and Lloyd for providing these 2 lists to me, okay? There's some absolutely fantastic games in this list. If you want to take part in the community challenge, guys, post your list of 10 games in the comments below, and I'll add them to a community challenge video like this. If you do like the video, subscribe, like, hit the bell. Let's get into it. Okay, so we've got a list of 20 games here on the left-hand side, guys. Okay, we're going to narrow them down into a 10. The best 10 out of these make it. So, I think we should start by getting rid of ones that definitely aren't going to make it. There's a couple at a glance here I can see. I'm going to start off with the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, okay? 2 Zelda games in here, the Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, but I didn't really play this one. Maybe a little bit, but it's not going to make the top 10 because I didn't finish it, and yeah, I don't think we're going to have 2 Zelda games in there either way. Second one is Dragon Age Origins. Now, Dragon Age games are amazing. I spent countless hours playing these games. Origins specifically was just a great game, you know. I absolutely loved it. But I'm looking at the caliber of these games, and I just don't think Dragon Age Origins makes a top 10 here. Some of these games make my top 10 games of all time. So Dragon Age Origins is also out. Yeah, justifying some of these games, justifying, you know, removing them is going to be tough, some of them. But one game I can definitely justify removing is Manhunt. Now, I don't know if you guys played Manhunt. One of the most violent games ever. It actually got discontinued for a while, taken off the shelves. I think it then got put back into circulation after like a court case or something. So violent, so memorable. I'll never forget some of the executions and some of the kills that you could do in this game. But it's not going to make the top 10 here. It's memorable for those reasons, but it's not going to make that one's out. I'm going to move a couple of these over. No particular order, guys. I'm just moving them over. Final Fantasy VII is going to be in the top 10. Mass Effect 2 is going to be in the top 10. Skyrim is definitely going to be in the top 10. Right, let's have a look at these now. Okay. Right. Let's talk about WWF No Mercy, N64 wrestling game. In my opinion, I know Here Comes the Pain and all that on PlayStation were like the memorable ones for most people. For me, it was like No Mercy, and I can't remember the name of the other ones, but the style of them were just amazing. I remember you could like slam people on chairs, slam people on ladders, the blood in them, the special moves, to create a character and all that stuff. It was all absolutely fantastic. WWF No Mercy is definitely up there. You know, if we do a top wrestling games video one day, maybe. But in regards to top 10 games out of all these, it's not going to make the list there. Sorry, Will. I think that's you put that one in there. I acknowledge how amazing these games were and how great these games were. It isn't going to beat out these guys for the top 10, though. I don't think so. Right, so Sonic and Knuckles. I'm going to move over to the top 10 spot for now. I'm going to move over to the top 10 spot. In no particular order right here, right at the moment, guys, yeah. But I don't know if anyone remembers the cartridge. Yeah, it opened on top, and you could plug Sonic 1, Sonic 2, or Sonic 3 in, and then play as Knuckles, or it altered the game in those games. And I just, as a kid, that was just amazing. Like, you know, I was like, oh, this is so cool. I'm plugging one cartridge into another, and then you had Knuckles in Sonic 2 or Knuckles in Sonic 3. I think if you plugged Sonic 1 into it, you just got some sort of like special stage like run, like for Chaos Emeralds or something. But that was just so cool, and the memories of that alone put it across. Not to mention how awesome those games were. You know, like Knuckles is so badass. When he came onto the scene, everyone just loved him, and that was amazing. So that's over in the top 10 there. Again, we'll rearrange these in a minute. I'm going to eliminate Burnout Paradise out of this. Born between getting rid of Burnout Paradise, Vice City, or Streets of Rage 2 right now. I'm going to get rid of Burnout Paradise. Awesome driving game, yeah. But Burnout Takedown was the one. The soundtrack for Burnout Takedown. Burnout Takedown was like the first of its kind. Just unreal game. Burnout Paradise was awesome. It brought in the open world and all that stuff. But if this was Burnout Takedown, it would probably be going to the top 10 right now. But it's Paradise, so it's out. Bang. Okay, we are narrowing this down. So we've got 4 slots taken up over here. We could reconsider, but we got 6 slots left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games over here. We got to get rid of 4. We got to get rid of 4 of these. Okay. I think Mario Sunshine has to go. Awesome game. Nowhere near, as iconic as Mario 64. Really enjoyed Mario Sunshine. But I think it's the easiest one to get rid of out of these. Do you know what? Mario Sunshine's going, and Streets of Rage 2 is going as well because, it's really old, and Streets of Rage 2 isn't the iconic one for me. The first Streets of Rage is the iconic one for me. Playing as Axel, Blaze, and Adam, I think it was. I don't know, in Streets of Rage 2, they brought in, like, Skate and all that stuff, I think it was. I can't remember. It might have been Streets of Rage 3 they brought those characters in, but that just goes to show. Streets of Rage 1 was the iconic one for me. So Streets of Rage 2 is out as well. So we get rid of 2 more of these games, and we've got our top 10, and we just need to organize them then. So I'm gonna get rid of The Witcher 3 because I never finished it. I could see the appeal, like why everyone loved The Witcher 3. I got it. I just couldn't get into it. I started a file on it like 2 or 3 times. I really did try, and I got quite far into it the one time. But I just don't think personally that it's as amazing, as everybody says. And because I didn't finish it, I got a lot less memories, a lot less moments that I really remember playing, timeless moments sort of thing. So I'm gonna get rid of The Witcher 3. And then here I'm moving Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 over because it's the best Call of Duty ever. And that was primetime Call of Duty. That's going over. We got 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotta get rid of one of them. I'm gonna get rid of Vice City. Vice City is my least favorite Vice City out of 3 Vice City and San Andreas. Better than 4. They all are, really. Let's be honest. But I wasn't as into the Vice City as much as everyone else. I finished it. I played it through multiple times. I just think that 3 and San Andreas are better. To be honest, it's tough between these games here. But I'm gonna get rid of Vice City because if this was Grand Theft Auto 3 or Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it would probably edge out all these games. But it just misses out for me. So Vice City is out. So the more I look at this now, I'm looking at these, and I think I'm going to have to remove one of the guaranteed top 10s. I'm going to actually get rid of Sonic and Knuckles out of here. It sucks, but because I really want Sonic game to be. But compared to these guys, I just can't. So Sonic and Knuckles is out, and there you have our top 10. Okay, so we have our top 10. Let's get them in order. Right, starting with Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, I put this game in the top 10 because it's just peak God. Okay, Modern Warfare 2 was unreal. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was amazing. Got me into Call of Duty. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was just unbelievable. It's going in at number 10 because, it's a multiplayer game primarily. Although the campaigns were great. It primarily was a multiplayer game for me. So it's going in the top 10 there. I might move it to 9 or 8, depending. We'll have a look at the end of the video. But I'm going to start off with that in 10, okay? Then up from that, I'm going to go with Fable. Fable at number 9. Fable was amazing. I don't know if anyone ever played it on the Xbox, first Xbox. It was brilliant. So you'd never played anything like it when it came out. And then obviously Fable 2 and Fable 3 came out after. This really got me into... I'm glad I played Fable because I probably wouldn't have jumped into Fable 2 or 3 if I hadn't played the original. This game was amazing. You could choose, whether to be evil or good, and it was amazing. They expanded on that across Fable 2 and 3 to much higher levels, but Fable 1 was the beginning of that. So that's in there at number 9. Number 8, I'm going to go with Pokemon Yellow. I'm gonna go Pokemon Yellow. Yeah. Amazing. I was a Pokemon Blue guy. I had the blue cartridge, and then got Yellow, and I remember just Pikachu follows you around, which was just, it sounds so standard nowadays, but it was awesome. And Pokemon Yellow was an absolutely awesome game. Those games, Blue, Red, Yellow, even Green, if you could get hold of it back then, were just amazing. So many memories with link cables with your friends, out in the garden, like with a link cable, battling, trading, all that stuff. Brings back all those nostalgic memories. So Pokemon Yellow's in there at number 8. Now this is where it starts to get, I think. In at number 7, we're gonna go with. It's one of my favorite games ever, but I'm gonna go Final Fantasy X in at number 7 here because it's amazing. One of my favorite Final Fantasies, definitely. Played through it. No. You know what? Go Fallout 3. Fallout 3 and number 7. What a game. What a game. Like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, amazing. We're going to be playing through Fallout 4 when the next gen update drops, guys. Yeah. Look forward to that. But Fallout 3 is just absolutely amazing. I know it's a bit of a, like a lot of people in, we talk to in the community and stuff, they don't like the combat of Bethesda games and all that stuff. I love it. And I was definitely heavily into it back then. So Fallout 3 is amazing. Multiple playthroughs. That's in at number 7. And in at number 6, I'm going to go with Final Fantasy X. Unreal game. Obviously there's a lot of people in the community that don't even play Final Fantasies, but the people who do will know that Final Fantasy X is an absolutely phenomenal game. The cutscenes, it was the first Final Fantasy I played that had voice acting. The rest of the other games I played, you have to read the text and the stories. Blitzball side quest, for those who did play, you put together a Blitzball team and you played this sports side game. It was unreal. Here we come into the top 5. So in 5th, I am going to put Red Dead Redemption. Absolutely awesome game. Just endless hours on this. I can't remember if they had an online. Yeah, they had a PvP online. That was fantastic fun. The story was amazing. John Marston's awesome, and hunting the epic animals with your buddies online was just great fun as well. And really we hadn't. It's such a great cowboy game in general. So that's in at number 5 there. This is where it's going to start to get tough. I'm going to go Zelda Ocarina of Time in at number 4. Probably the best game I ever played on N64. Unbelievable game, challenging. Well, it's one of those games I had to use a guide to get through because of the goddamn water temple. And just when you finish that game with such a sense of accomplishment, there was just so much to do. There was so much to do on this little cartridge. It was unbelievable. It's the best Zelda game ever. Always will be, probably. I know Tears of the Kingdom and the other one, I forgot. Breath of the Wild are fantastic games, but for me, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time will always be the best Zelda game ever, just because it's got the nostalgia attached to it, which new games just won't have for a very long time. Top 3. I'm going in with Skyrim at top and 3rd. Best Bethesda game ever. So many playthroughs, and adding a couple of mods to it made it a completely new game. But you could take so many different paths. It was amazing. It's Skyrim was just amazing. Everybody loved it, even people who aren't really into Bethesda games. I got people who they hate the Fallout games. They can't stand Starfield, but Skyrim, it just brought everyone in, didn't it? It's just an amazing game. If you played Skyrim and didn't like it, man, I don't think we can be friends. Skyrim is unreal. It's definitely top 10 games of all time. So it's definitely top 3 here. These two games are there's not many games that edge out Skyrim for me, but Mass Effect 2 and Final Fantasy 7 do. Mass Effect 2 is going in at number 2. If you played the Mass Effect games, you'll know that 2 was the best one. Just unbelievable. The amount of different party members you could have, and the way that at the end of the game, depending on what you did, depending on who died at the end, and then that carried over, and what you did in Mass Effect 1 carried over to Mass Effect 2. Decisions you made in Mass Effect 1 genuinely altered what happened in Mass Effect 2 for you, as long as you carried over your save file. It was just amazing. Shepard's a badass. I just love the whole space, all the different, species of people living among each other and working together. And it was just amazing. If you haven't, you got to play it. You could even jump in straight into Mass Effect 2 if you want to watch a catch-up video on 1, because the combat in 1 will be very dated. Not saying Mass Effect 2's combat won't be, but Mass Effect 2 is one of the best games of all time, so that's definitely in there. And then, guys, I'm sorry, but you know me. If you're going to put Final Fantasy 7 in any of these videos, it's going to be the top. It's going to be number one. So don't put it in anymore. Because it's going to be number one. Spoiler alert. It's just my favorite game of all time. And the remakes are so amazing. But the original, just, again, the nostalgia attached to it just makes it the GOAT. It's my favorite game of all time. I love it. You guys know that. If you're watching the channel for the first time, now you know that. And yeah, so there's the 10, guys. We eliminated some great games out of there. I'm happy with the order. I think we've done well there. Okay, that's a solid 10 games. That is a solid 10 games to show your kids and grandkids. That unbelievable. So we're gonna call the video there, guys. Like I said, if you want to take part, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the top 10 we've done here, and let me know what your top 10 list is if you're new to the channel. And we'll be doing another one of these next week. It might be a top 5, might be a top 10. We might combine it. I'm not sure yet, but really enjoy doing these videos for you guys. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit like, hit that bell. See you soon.